Money. It's that thing we never seem to have enough of. But have you ever stopped to think about what it actually is? Why do we all agree that those little pieces of paper or numbers on a screen have value? It's a weird concept when you think about it. But love it or hate it, money makes the world go round. It's how we pay for stuff from rent and groceries to that questionable vintage sweater you just had to have. Without money, we'd be back to bartering chickens for haircuts, and nobody wants that. So let's break down this whole money thing, shall we? From how governments print it to how you earn it, we're diving deep into the world of moolah. Buckle up, Buttercup, it's about to get financially fascinating. Ever wonder where all that cash comes from? No, it doesn't grow on trees. Although, wouldn't that be nice? Governments like our good old Uncle Sam are the ones who get to print money. They decide how much to print based on some fancy economic formulas. The goal is to keep enough money flowing in the economy, but not too much that it causes inflation. More on that later. Think of it like a swimming pool. Too little water and nobody can swim. Too much and you've got a soggy mess. Governments tried to keep the money pool just right. But printing money isn't as simple as firing up the old printing press in the basement. It's a carefully controlled process, involving central banks and a whole lot of economic jargon we won't bore you with. Businesses are the engines of the economy. They make and sell stuff, providing us with everything from smartphones to socks. But how do they actually make money? It all boils down to this. Businesses need to sell their products or services for more than it costs them to make or provide them. That difference, that's called profit, baby. Take your local coffee shop. They buy coffee beans, milk, and those little paper sleeves. Seriously, how do those things work? Then they turn those ingredients into delicious lattes and sell them to you for a markup. Hopefully they sell enough lattes to cover their costs and then some. Of course, it's not always that simple. Businesses need to market their products, pay their employees, and navigate the ever-changing landscape of consumer demand. It's a tough game, but somebody's got to fuel our caffeine addiction. Remember when we said money doesn't grow on trees? Well, these days it kind of does. On internet trees, that is. Enter digital currencies like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like the Wild West of money. It's decentralized, meaning no government or bank controls it. Instead, it relies on a fancy technology called blockchain, which is basically a giant, secure digital ledger that tracks all transactions. Think of it like a public record of every Bitcoin transaction ever made, except it's spread across a network of computers, making it nearly impossible to hack or manipulate. Digital currencies are still a bit of a mystery to many, and their value can fluctuate like crazy, but they're definitely shaking things up in the financial world. Section 5. The bank's big secret. It's not just your money. So banks are kind of like the middlemen of the money world. They hold your money, lend out money, and generally try to make themselves a buck or two in the process. But here's the thing. They don't actually keep all your money locked in a vault somewhere. Instead, they use a magical little thing called fractional reserve banking. This means they only keep a small fraction of your deposits on hand, lending out the rest to other people and businesses. Don't worry, it's mostly legal. And it's actually a crucial part of how our economy works. By lending out money, banks help businesses grow and create jobs. Plus, you get a little interest on your deposits. Win-win, right? Of course, things can get a little hairy when everyone wants to withdraw their money at the same time. Cough, cough, bank run. But that's a story for another time. Section 6, from paychecks to passive income, how we get paid. Now for the part you've all been waiting for, how to actually get your hands on this elusive thing called money. Unless you've got a rich uncle with a soft spot for you, chances are you'll need to earn it. The most common way is through good old-fashioned work. You trade your time and skills for a paycheck. This could be anything from a doctor performing surgery to a barista crafting the perfect latte art. But there are other ways to make money too. Investments, for example, allow your money to work for you. You can invest in stocks, bonds, real estate, or even that friend's app idea that you're pretty sure is going to be the next big thing. And then there's passive income, the holy grail of personal finance. This is money you earn without actively working for it, like rental income or royalties from that hit song you wrote, Go, You. Section 7, global money go round, different flavors of currency. Just like Coke tastes different around the world, seriously, what's up with that? Money comes in different flavors too. Each country or group of countries, in the case of the euro, has its own currency. There's the US dollar, the Japanese yen, the British pound, and so on. And just like those weird international Coke flavors, exchange rates between currencies can fluctuate depending on a bunch of economic factors. This means that a dollar might buy you a lot of tacos in one country, but only a handful of fries in another. It all depends on the strength of the currency and the local cost of living. So, next time you're traveling the world, be sure to brush up on your exchange rates. Otherwise, you might end up paying a small fortune for a souvenir shot glass. Section 8. When money goes wrong. Inflation and other headaches. Money might make the world go round, but sometimes it feels more like a roller coaster ride. Just like any good amusement park attraction, there are ups and downs, twists and turns, and the occasional loop-de-loop that leaves you feeling a little queasy. Inflation is one such loop-de-loop. It's when the prices of goods and services go up over time, meaning your money doesn't buy as much as it used to. Remember that carefully balanced money pool we talked about earlier? Inflation is what happens when too much water gets pumped in. Then there are things like recessions, market crashes, and good old-fashioned bad financial decisions. These are the moments when the roller coaster plunges down a steep drop, leaving your stomach in your throat. But hey, just like any good roller coaster ride, the thrill is part of the fun, right? Right? Section 9, in conclusion, money makes the world go round. So there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour of the wild world of money. We've covered everything from how it's made to how to make it yourself, legally of course. Money is a powerful tool. It can be used for good or for evil, for building or for destroying. It's up to us to decide how we want to use it. Just remember, money isn't everything. It's important to have your finances in order, but don't let the pursuit of wealth consume you. After all, there's more to life than just money. There's also Bitcoin. Okay, we're kidding mostly. Now go forth and spend wisely, or at least try to.